Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and we are here again for Premier League predictions. First one of the series. I'm just going to make sure my audio is working. Right, we're up. Let's get straight into things. So basically we're predicting all 10 Premier League games, score predictions. Right, we're back. I don't really know what happened there. Sorry about the problems of the connection. I apologise. Just checking we're up. See if the internet's actually working. Right, we're up. Let's get sorry about that horrific start to the video and the live stream. But yeah, let's get into it. First game on Friday night. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. It's Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. Yeah, tough start for Arsenal going down to South London. Gonna need to kick the season start. Obviously, last year they struggled to beat Brentford on the opening day, but I think this will be a Arsenal win. I'm going to go with Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 2. I think it'd be a very nervy win. Didn't they get beat 3-0 from Crystal Palace last season? So there was always good games with Crystal Palace, especially at home, especially under the lights, when they're on the spotlight. Especially on these like big kickoffs on a Friday night. I think it will be a tough game, but I think Arsenal will get the win and it'll be a 2-1 win. Moving on to Saturday morning, though, my team, Liverpool versus Fulham. The Reds are travelling down to East London to take on Fulham. So obviously news we've had Thiago is going to be out for this game. Not ideal, but I would run through a quick lineup prediction that I think it'd be Alisson, Trent, Robertson, Matip, Virgil, Robertson, Fabinho, Naby Keita, and Henderson. Front three are Salah, Darwin Núñez, and Luis Diaz. I think Konate might be out for this game, so it's going to have to be Matip, unfortunately. Oh, I won't be shocked if you see Joe Gomez, I wouldn't mind seeing Joe Gomez. No disrespect to Fulham, but we're playing Fulham, and I don't see a reason why we could play Joe Gomez in this game. But maybe the Reds want to kickstart the win with a win, so it is what it is. I think it will be a 2-0 win to the Reds. Moving on to later in the day, on the Saturday, Bournemouth against Aston Villa. Bournemouth at home to newly promoted team. Tough game. I think this could be a good game. I think Bournemouth back in the Premier League. First game of the season. You don't really know what to expect, especially with these two type of teams. I'm going to go with I think Villa will get the job done, and I think it'll be a 3-1 win for Aston Villa against Bournemouth. And moving on to a big game this weekend, Leeds Wolves, a very tough game to predict, especially Leeds. They're not going to first game of the season for them at home against very new Wolves side. I'm going to go with Leeds 1. I'm going to go Leeds 1-0. I think they're actually going to keep a clean sheet in this game. I think it's going to be a very nitty. The Wolves, they don't really score many goals. But I feel like I think Leeds will keep a clean sheet in this game, and I think it's going to be a 1-0 win for them on the Saturday to kickstart the season. Newly promoted team, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest. I think this is a tough game to predict. You don't know what Forest are going to offer in their first game of the season. They're going to a tough ground, St James Park. That place is going to be bouncing. It really has been since the owners have took over, especially start being spinning the bunny now. Brought in some really exciting plays in this summer. It's going to be exciting to watch Newcastle this season. The same with Nottingham Forest. How are they going to offer and be a place into this Premier League? But I'm going to go with. I'm going to go 1-1. I think, look, first game of the season for Forest. I think it's going to be exciting for their fans, traveling up to Newcastle, first time in the Premier League in over 20 plus years. I think the nerves are going to be, I think the nerves could be kicking in for Forest, first game in the Premier League for them. So I think it's going to be a tough game for both teams. I'm going to go 1-1, like I said. Moving on to Tottenham, to Southampton. This should be a straightforward win for Spurs. But you never know. The first 2-3 games of the season, you can see these upsets like we've seen over the past couple of years. Like Norwich, they beat Man City a couple of years ago in the first opening game. So we have seen upsets in the opening games, like with Brentford Arsenal, for example. So you don't really know what you actually are going to be expecting. But I think Spurs will get the job done. I think this will be a nice, easy win at the White Hart Lane for them. And I think it will be a 3-0 win. Moving on, Everton Chelsea. This is a tough one, First game of the season for Everton, new season, new start for them under Frank Lampard. Now they can start to proper try and get things going after that drastic, horrible season for them last season. Chelsea's could be interesting to see Raheem Sterling play. Koulibaly is going to be playing. It looks like they are going to possibly be signing Cucurella as well, but obviously he's not going to be done in time if he is to sign. I think this is a hard game to predict. Really tough game to predict. So you know what? It's a Saturday night. I'm gonna go with a shocking. I'm gonna go 1-0 Everton. Yeah. No. 1-1. Moving on to probably one of the deadest games of the weekend. Leicester versus Brentford. 2:00 kickoff on the Sunday. I think again, look, let's not make new signings. There's no new debuts. Look forward to them. But obviously, you got potentially Fofana, Maddison out on the move. I think these are games where they're just 50-50 matches to predict. I'm going to go 1-0 Leicester. No, 2-0. Moving on to Man United versus Brighton. 2:00 kickoff on the Sunday. First Eric Ten Hag's first proper game for Manchester United as the manager. It's going to be interesting to see how they set up tomorrow. Will Martinez start? Will Eriksen start? You'd assume one of those two will start, maybe one of them on the bench. But I think my score prediction is I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0 Man United. I think Man United it should be a win for them, to be honest. And they normally you always start the season really well with an opening, with like a big win, like last year when they beat Leeds 5-1, was it 5-6-1? So I think they will start the season off with a win. Unfortunately, touch wood they don't. But moving on to, I think this could potentially be the game of the weekend. It's probably up there with Crystal Palace, potentially Arsenal. I think West Ham versus Manchester City Sunday, the big game, 4:30 Super Sunday. We might be doing a watch-along live stream for this. I'm not quite sure yet. It depends. We might do a live stream for it. It's looking like we might do a live stream. So what I'm thinking is for the big games of the weekend, I want to do more live streams to bring in more viewers, try and really push out the growth of the channel now. Not doing just, obviously this is mainly a Liverpool related channel. We're going to up the content even more. With like match previews, match reactions, player ratings, etc., match roundups over the weekend and stuff. So we're bringing more shows for the channel. But I think moving on to this game, it's at the West Ham Stadium. We've seen Man City, they do normally start the season off quite slow. However, I do think they will beat West Ham on the opening day. And I think it's going to be, you know what? I'm going 3-1 Man City. I think Man City will. But yeah, people, the plan for the weekend. So tomorrow we might do potentially a Fulham. Not tomorrow. I don't know why I think it's a Friday. I think what you can expect from me this weekend is we could see maybe a Crystal Palace Arsenal live
stream.